episode of Inspiration, we're taking a closer look at the Alchemy Advanced Course Pioneering Leadership, and specifically one of the 12 inspiring women who courageously said yes to doubling down on themselves as a leader and venturing into uncharted territory, ultimately creating a new future for themselves. Check it out.
So, Danielle, I'm just going to read it here just so that we really get it. What about the topic of pioneering? Like, just as you heard the word pioneering, not a leadership course, not a leadership training, but pioneering leadership. What comes to mind for you that had you go, I'm in on that, about pioneering leadership?
So pioneering leadership makes me think of going to a new place, not sure whether it's hospitable, need to go though. It's part of there's a mission, there's a journey. And it's what I'm in my career right now. My whole industry is in this journey to a new place, to the energy transition. And it's so aligned with the discomfort that we feel and the need to do things differently. I thought putting those together with whatever I can do as a leader, it can only build better for the future.
Yeah. And what it makes me think of when you say, it's new and you don't know if it's hospitable. What it makes me think about is the book True North. And that there's actually true north and then there's magnetic north. That if you don't know what's pulling at the magnet, you'd never know that you were off course. Mm. And so when you say, I don't know if it's going to be hospitable, it's about, to me, what I hear is staying true to self on that journey. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then whatever you discover will be hospitable, right? Because it's the truth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that. And the second question is, taking on that pioneering. A pioneer is willing to endure hardship and, just like you said, to discover new territory. And where we are in the journey right now is we're really just gathering, and we haven't even actually gained momentum yet. And yet, Danielle, like, what's in your mind's eye as a new territory? Possibly. It doesn't have to be figured out. But what could that new territory, what would be maybe some of the attributes? What's the possibility of that new territory as you just kind of think about it for yourself?
So in my journey, I think about where I've come from and where I'm going. So I found new territory as a woman in technology, out of my element, not having a peer set that was like me. And I found a way to make myself comfortable. Now, going forward, I have a reputation as a technology leader. I belong in this role. And the parts that I'm going to have to change are a threat to that. I'm going to have to show a focus on culture and on inclusivity and all these things that feel like a non-essential or even a distraction to peers of mine or competitors of mine. And I have to feel okay that that's part of my mission, even though I avoided those things clearly to get where I am now.
Oh, wow. So it's like, as I'm listening to you, I think about the West Point motto, which is mission first, people always. And what I hear you saying is, I've been able to get comfortable in my role. I'm going to say you like assimilate, be like others, because I can accomplish the mission. Mm-hmm. And now maybe the new territory is mission and people, not or people. That's what I hear you saying.
And to some degree, the people are part of the mission now, because, when I say the energy transition, it's not just about making electricity with renewable energy instead of fossil fuel based energy. It's also about, how can we be equitable in the challenges that brings around people or within our company, but also our customers. Are we thinking about how this impacts society more than just, did somebody plug something in and get an electron out?
Yeah.
It's much different.
And one of the things I so appreciate about you, having known you for as long as I have, I think there's a couple of things that, is in your DNA blood. And it's amazing how you literally light up, and I mean it, like a light bulb, Danielle, around technology and around renewable energy. It's like, there's not a lot of people might go, what does she love? Like renewable, what? You know, and it's just there for you. And can you just say something? I'm going to pull something in, and I don't know if it fits or not. It seems like it might fit. The pioneering picture that you sent in was of you globally being featured, sharing a message. And it's just such a beautiful picture of you. Was that the first taste of it, Danielle? Or is it now a different taste than what you've had in the past from that picture?
Yeah, I think that picture was maybe one example, not the first, of me being able to be on the world stage, talking about the journey, the mission, you know, the transition. And it was exhilarating to represent that and to talk about it and to be a part of it. It is so exciting. I mean, it really is changing the world. And there's also this weight to it that as much as I'm excited about it, there's also a responsibility to get it right in a real way.
Yeah, yeah. And it's so interesting as a leader, when I hear the word responsibility, you know, it can occur as like a burden. Or what I find for myself, I'm much more inspired when I switch the words. Like, what is my ability to respond? And that's part of the true north too, right? It's, we don't know what we're going to find on this journey, Danielle. It's our responsibility though, as leaders, because we'll be harvesting on the journey our ability to respond. Yeah.
And I find myself lucky a little bit in that, because there are so few women driving technology in the energy space, I kind of matter more. It matters more that I think about this and that I make my voice heard, because there's so few voices like mine. So I do feel like it's about what can I bring to this with my ability.
Yeah, and our experience, at least at the Alchemy Group, is nationally, and I think it's starting to get, is the race, literacy, belonging, women, you know, all across, it's starting to have a higher focus on pulling people closer to, I don't want to call it diversity, because we're calling it belonging. Because when someone belongs, they'll literally blossom. Yeah. So thank you so much, Danielle. Wonderful. That's great.
Interested in watching other episodes? You can find them all at our website at www.thealchemyleaders.com. Or better yet, follow us on Instagram at _thealchemygroup_. There you will be the first to know when the latest episodes of Inspiration drop. Now, above all else, be sure to share this episode and any other episodes with another leader who could potentially use an extra dose of inspiration today.